box of 10 iPhones. It just arrived in the post. And I've never actually made a YouTube video before, so seeing as I've not got anything to do, stuck inside the house, and this just arrived, I figured I'd have a go. So, I'll get to opening this. While I'm opening it, I couldn't help but notice we've got some HP stickers on this, so it must have been reused from something else. So I've finally gotten all the tape sliced, and I should be able to just pop the lid open like that. There are 2 original iPhones in here, which is quite interesting to me. There's the second one. I suppose I should probably focus on everything else too, seeing as I've got this whole box of 10 different iPhones. It cost me $81, about, for the entire lot. And that's like $8 Canadian per phone, which is rather good considering 2 of them are original iPhones. Now, they said that they tested them for power for all of them, and 3 of them failed to power on. I'm not quite sure which 3 those were, but I'm really hoping that it did not have either of the original iPhones. Otherwise, it could be an interesting project ahead of me. They do look to be in fairly decent shape, with the exception of the 16GB one, which has got a bit of pry damage on the side there and there, so someone may have opened this guy before. We've also got, let's see, well, I guess I'll just go through them. 2 original iPhones. That's the 32GB white iPhone 3GS. I've not actually seen a white 3GS in person before. Let's see, 8 or 16GB 3GS, missing the volume buttons. Another 8 or 16GB 3GS. Another one. Yet another. And another. Oh, it's a 16GB 3GS in white. And finally, an 8GB 3G in fairly poor shape. Well, I guess I'll get to plugging these in and testing them. Okay, so I've got all the iPhones set up, and I've got some 30-pin connectors. So I'll begin testing with the 16GB original iPhone. Let's plug that guy in. Nothing yet. And then we'll go to the 8GB one. Sorry, I don't think that was in frame. Let's get the 8GB guy plugged in. There we go. Ooh, we've got a battery symbol. And on to, let's pick this 32GB 3GS. I'll let these sit for a bit, just to charge. Hopefully we get some life out of them. And the 32GB 3GS is already turning on, so that's nice. So I'll just let these sit, and I'll update you when we've got some charge. So the original iPhone has decided to start turning on. And oh, it's got a few dead pixels. Oh well. Still pretty neat. It's in good shape otherwise. Barely any nicks on the back. Just a few dead pixels on the front. And we've got a spinning loading icon just under the Apple logo. And it's vibrating. You don't need a play-by-play. I'll just let it do what it does. Oh, it's disabled. Connect to iTunes. It's jailbroken with some Star Wars wallpaper. There we go. I think I'll just restore this with iTunes. But I can't see those dead lines anymore, which is kind of interesting. Oh, they've appeared. I wonder what could be happening there. Could be something to do with the jailbreak. I don't know. I'm not an expert. And this one may even be eligible to be downgraded to 1.0. So I'll give that a go. I'll just need to check the serial number first. Post-production Liam here. Unfortunately, it was not able to be downgraded to 1.0, but it's still a really neat iPhone. Yeah, I'm gonna need to restore it with iTunes, so that's pretty cool. Okay, so the original iPhone has been restored with iTunes and it's all ready to be set up. I'm just going to pop an AT&T SIM card in there and we'll get it activated. So I've got the AT&T SIM card in there and just waiting. I'll need to disconnect it from the computer and reconnect it so that iTunes will recognize it and should pop up any second now. There we go. So I'll set it up as a new iPhone and get started. It's now syncing and we should be set to go. Ta-da! iPhone OS 3.0. And it doesn't have any dead pixels at the top, which is fantastic. That is one pretty near mint condition original iPhone. So interestingly, something's gone wrong with the white 3GS. It finished restoring, and it looked like it was going to be successful, but then it has the Connect to iTunes screen, which is a bit different. So now I'm just going to download 6.1.6 directly through iTunes and have it go from there. Okay, so after a second attempt at restoring the iPhone 3GS, we've finally gotten to the setup screen, which is a big improvement over the Connect to iTunes screen. Now I'll just need to pop in a SIM card and we'll be all set. So upon connecting this iPhone 3GS, it does appear to be boot looping, which means it's most likely a completely flat battery. So I'm going to let it charge. Oh, there we go. So it was a completely flat battery, and I don't need to swap that one out. I'm probably going to replace the display. I think I've got a better one, as this one's fairly cracked, and I'll replace the buttons as well, as somehow they've been ripped clean off. I imagine they'd still work if you pushed in there with like your fingernail or something. And yeah, so flat battery. Gonna get that charged. Rick's iPhone I'm restoring now, as I couldn't guess the passcode. It didn't matter anyway, it was still on iOS 6. And we've got this iPhone, which doesn't appear to have a properly functioning home button. Ah, there we go. And it's struggling with this third-party cable. So I'm just going to see about, that one's going to need a restore too because it's locked with the passcode. So I'll get that set up and I'll update you once I've got that. So as this iPhone's home button doesn't work, I'm unable to put it into recovery mode until I connect a different display with a functioning home button, or just open it up and press the contacts for the home button with something conductive. So until then, we're stuck with a discount Jeremy Judkins as the wallpaper. But we'll sort that out so it's unlocked and all set with iTunes. So what I've got left to work on is an iPhone 3GS that does not have a functioning power button. That should be a fairly simple fix. An iPhone 3G that shows no signs of life when connected to a charger, a 3GS that shows no signs of life when connected to a charger, and an original iPhone that does not show any sign of life when connected to a charger. Now, I plan to do probably separate videos on these, so stay tuned for all of them. Okay, so in terms of what I've got for the entire lot of 10 iPhones that I purchased for $80, I've got 6 functioning 3GSs, 1 non-functioning 3GS that needs a bit of work, a 3G that still needs a bit of work, and 2 functional original iPhones. Now this one had some water damage and I did manage to fix that with a bit of isopropyl alcohol. I've gotten most of that working again, and I will be reinstalling the back once the glue has set for the vibe motor and headphone jack mount. Be on the lookout for a video showcasing the repair process of the original iPhone, from the opening procedure to kind of getting it back to working condition. That will be a separate one coming up shortly. But in terms of my purchase, $80 for 10 different iPhones in all sorts of different conditions, I'm rather pleased with it. I think it's provided me with some entertainment and the results have been rather good. I'm quite pleased with this one in particular. It is the best shape I've ever seen an original iPhone in person. Pretty much only a few nicks on the antenna cover and the back from a sliding case, I assume. But other than that, it's in really good shape with only a few bright spots on the display. But overall, it looks really good. Thanks for watching. I'm looking forward to producing more content similar to this. If you'd like to see more in your inbox, please feel free to press the subscribe button and turn on notifications if you want. I've also got a Twitter, which I'll link in the description below, and you can follow me there if that's interesting to you as well. Have a great day and stay safe out there.